right, welcome back to Mastering MMA. I'm Coach Lee here with you again today. We're going to be talking about probably the most common mistakes less experienced strikers make. It's when they're throwing their straight punches, it's flaring the elbows, right? So I see people all the time, and they really tell, especially on the jab, cross too, but the jab seems to be even worse. When they go to throw their jab, they'll be moving around, and their elbow will flare before the punch comes out. I see it all the time. And when I say less experienced strikers, I don't mean just newbies. I see guys who've been training for years that still, every time they throw their jab, that elbow comes up before the jab extends. So what we're going to talk about today is keeping your elbows tight when you're striking, right? When I'm throwing my straight punches, I want my arm to extend, my hip turns in, and my arm turns, but my elbow doesn't ever flare, right? So when I'm throwing this, my elbows stay nice and tight as I rotate through my movement. So that's what you want to do. We don't want to give this tell. This tell gives counter strikers piles of time to make their move or move their head or whatever they plan on doing with it. So this is what we want to do, is avoid this arm coming way out, or this elbow coming way out, right? We want to, when we're striking, we want to be here, right? Not here. This doesn't come up and then we punch, and this comes up and then we punch, and then we end up here with our straight punches, right? Leaves all of this vulnerable for strikes, right? And it's a super big tell, right? People spot this easily. So ways to correct it. Shadow boxing. Think about this a lot in your shadow boxing, right? Elbows come tight, they come back and block. Right? That's one way to work it in. Another drill I do a whole lot is I'll have my guys stand up against a wall and throw their jab. Sometimes we'll do this in just a little spot. Sometimes we'll do it as a line drill. If I got a big class, I might have the class run all the way around the wall in one line. You know, one person right after another. And then once everybody finishes, I'll turn them around, they'll throw their cross. Right? But it lets you know, if I flare, I'll feel it, right? If I'm flaring it, it'll throw my jab way off. If I'm staying tight, right? Everything stays nice and tight. I never hit this wall with my elbow. So that's a good way to do it. When you're throwing your straights, think about fighting inside of a phone booth. I know that kind of tells my age a little bit. Some of y'all probably never been in a phone booth. But just think about being in a little box when you're throwing your straights. We don't want our elbows to come out and hit, right? So, right, our elbows stay nice and tight. Our hips rotate, we drive off our legs. But we don't say, look, I'm going to punch by flaring this elbow. Now, with that being said, I've got something we can use, how we can use this to our advantage. And if you like what you've seen so far, hit that like button for me, please. Smash that thing. So what we got happening here is, if people read this, and it's a really easy read, you can make this mistake on purpose, right? You can kind of flare this elbow and get them used to that rhythm, right? If I'm showing this, they kind of get used to that. Oh, it's only coming in, right? And I might be hopping in and flaring and hopping in and flaring, but when I'm doing this, I'm flaring, I'm telling. Well, one time when I hop in, I'm not going to flare. I'm just going to shoot this straight off without flaring my elbows. Follow it with a nice, clean straight too. And a lot of times I'll catch them off guard because they focused on that elbow because they see this easy tell to read, right? If I'm just flaring those elbows before I throw. Sometimes people get so focused on that, and then you can hop in and just bang, hit them hard with a nice two-piece there. So that's one way you can use it. And then obviously defensively, if you see that flare, that gives you so much time to react and either use your defense or hit a counter. So that's all I got for you today. Nice, short, sweet video. Super effective. This drill on the wall will do amazing things for you, right? If you start firing from the hip, with your elbows by your hips, you will start catching so many more people. Your punches will be harder to read, and you'll start landing a way higher percentage with that. So play with that a lot. In the comments, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you feel like you've got a bad habit of flaring this, or if you have other drills that would help prevent from flaring. So check that out. Also, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We got new videos coming out all the time right now. Please go Google Mastering MMA. When that pops up, click on the review section and give me a 5-star review and let me know what the best thing about this channel is. That'll help me out. I'm trying to grow this into a physical gym also as well, so we can have classes in here and such. So that'll help us grow that and eventually move out of this building into something way bigger, way better. So that's the goal there. If you would like to leave a tip, there is a PayPal link at the bottom you can click on. That would definitely help out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. Help me get equipment, things of that nature. And I believe that's all I've got for you today. And we will catch you next time on Mastering MMA with Coach Lee.